Hi everyone. Welcome back to the Frugal Watchbox channel. Today, instead of unboxing a new watch, we're going to compare two of Casio's most affordable blue dial dress watches. The Casio MTP-V006 and the MTP-1243. Let's start with the Casio MTP-V006. This watch features a day and date complication along with Arabic numeral hour markers. I bought this one a few months ago for around $20. On the other hand, the Casio MTP-1243, which I got a year ago for the same price, doesn't have a day and date display, but it does offer 50 meters of water resistance. Now, let's jump into the details of the MTP-V006. It has a case size of about 38.9 millimeters and a lug-to-lug distance of around 45.1 millimeters. The thickness is approximately 9.4 millimeters, and the lug width is 20 millimeters. It weighs about 93 grams. The crown is ensigned and a regular size. While the case and bezel are likely chrome-plated in silver, giving it a clean, simple look. The crystal is mineral glass, and the dial itself is a beautiful blue with a subtle sunburst effect. The hour markers are large, white-painted Arabic numerals, which are easy to read. Surrounding the hour markers is a white circle with small second markers, and the numbers 05 to 60 are printed in increments of 5. Just below the 12 o'clock position, you'll see the prominent Casio logo, and above the 6 o'clock position, it says Water Resist. At the very bottom, there's a Japan movement imprint. The day and date complication sits at the 3 o'clock position, framed in white. The hands are silver with a sword-like shape for the hour and minute hands, while the second hand is needle-like. However, none of the hands or indices have lume. The water resistance on this watch is rated at 30 meters, and it uses a SR626SW battery, which should last around 2 years. The accuracy is within plus or minus 20 seconds per month. The bracelet is a stainless steel oyster style with a mix of polished and brushed finishes, and it's quite acceptable given the price tag. It has a large Casio logo on the triple fold clasp, and like most affordable watches, the links are folded. There are also 4 micro-adjustment holes on the clasp so you can fine-tune the fit. As for setting the time and date, it's pretty straightforward. A first pull of the crown lets you rotate down to change the date or up to set the day. Pulling the crown out further allows you to set the hour and minute hands. The stainless steel caseback is engraved with the Casio logo, the model and module numbers, and the water resistance rating. On the wrist, due to its smaller case size, it looks great even on my 6.5-inch wrist. Now, let's move on to the Casio MTP-1243, which I personally think has a better sunburst effect on its stunning blue dial. This watch has a slightly larger case size of 40mm, with a lug-to-lug distance of about 46.7mm, which is 1.6mm longer than the V006. It's also slimmer, measuring around 9mm thick. And the lug width is 20mm. At 103 grams, it's a bit heavier than the V006, likely because of its bulkier case construction. The case and bezel are also chrome-plated, but they feel tougher and bulkier compared to the V006. The crown on this watch is ensigned as well, but it's slightly larger than the one on the V006. Like the V006, it has a mineral glass crystal. The bezel is static and designed to mimic a diver's watch, with numbers from 5 to 55 in increments of 10. There are also 4 lume circles at the 12, 3, 6, and 9 o'clock positions, which is something the V006 doesn't have. The hour markers are bar-shaped with sharp edges facing the center of the dial, and all of them are lumed. The Casio logo sits just below the 12 o'clock position, followed by the quartz imprint. At the bottom of the dial, you'll see Water Resist 50M and the Japan Movement imprint. The hands are also lumed, including the arrow-shaped second hand. The deep blue dial has a more pronounced sunburst effect than the V006, and when light hits it at the right angle, you'll notice a combination of circular and geometric patterns on the dial. The bracelet on the MTP-1243 is also stainless steel with a mix of polished and brushed links, but it has a more premium feel compared to the V006. There's a prominent Casio logo on the one-touch triple-fold clasp. The links are larger and thicker than those on the V006, but they're still folded. The case back is similar to the V006 with all the important imprints, Casio logo, water resistance rating, model, and module numbers in the center. The MTP-1243 uses the same SR626SW battery, but it has a longer battery life of around 3 years. Its accuracy is also rated at plus or minus 20 seconds per month. On the wrist, it feels a bit bulkier due to the larger case size, but it still has a good presence. In terms of lume, the MTP-1243 definitely has the edge with lume on the hands, markers, and bezel. It also has a better dial design and sunburst effect than the V006. So, let's summarize the key differences between these two watches. The MTP-1243 has a slightly larger case at 40mm compared to the V006's 38.9mm. It's slimmer at 9mm and weighs more at 103 grams due to its bulkier case. The MTP-1243 also has a higher water resistance of 50 meters, while the V006 is only rated for 30 meters. When it comes to the dial, the MTP-1243 has a more intricate design and better sunburst effect, along with lumed hands and markers, which the V006 lacks. The MTP-1243 static bezel gives it a diver watch feel, whereas the V006 has a simple smooth bezel. On the flip side, the MTP-V006 has a day and date complication, while the MTP-1243 doesn't. Lastly, the bracelet on the MTP-1243 feels a bit more premium, with larger, thicker links, And it also has a longer battery life of 3 years compared to the V006's 2 years. And that's it for today's comparison. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please consider subscribing and giving it a thumbs up. See you again in the next one. Bye for now.